Okay, after doing some more research, um, I found on autism a theory called the refrigerator mother theory. This is like extremely disturbing for me because this refrigerator mother theory basically says that the mother is so cold and unable to interact with her child and shows them no love and is just a cold-hearted, hateful mother, basically, that she has caused her child to be autistic. You can look on the Wikipedia or Google refrigerator mother theory. Um, this is what it says. It says, the term refrigerator mother was coined around 1950 as a label for mothers of children diagnosed with autism or schizophrenia. These mothers were often blamed for their child's atypical behavior, which included rigid rituals, speech difficulty, and self-isolation. The refrigerator mother label was based on the assumption that autistic behavior stemmed from the emotional frigidity of the child's mother. As a result, mothers of some children on the autistic spectrum suffered from blame, guilt, and self-doubt from the 1950s through the 1970s and beyond, when the prevailing medical belief that autism resulted from inadequate parenting was widely assumed to be correct. Some present-day proponents of the psychogenic theory of autism continue to maintain that the condition is a result of poor parenting. However, others merely point out that some conditions are perhaps psychological in origin rather than physiological, and that this is not necessarily a reflection on parenting skills. So, to me, that's just sad. And it goes on to say that the mother was able to defrost enough to have a child, which is crazy. Because if it was a matter of parenting, if it was a matter of that, well, then I would be autistic. Because my parents were not very loving. They didn't teach me a whole lot of stuff. I was abused throughout my entire life, physically and sexually. So wouldn't I be autistic? Wouldn't a lot of people be autistic? So, but my rebuttal on this really isn't, the blaming of the parents for the autism, but the proof is really in the pudding. The proof is in my own home. I have a 5-year-old autistic daughter, and I have a 2-year-old son. Now, my daughter, granted, I can admit that my bond with her was not the same because she did not respond to me. So it wasn't a lack of parenting. It was, I knew something was wrong and she wasn't smiling at me. She wasn't giving me the relationship interaction that I knew I should be getting from her. And that really did put limitations on what I could do with her, what I couldn't do. It did cause me to be very depressed, and it did make me to where I just, didn't want to play with her because it was depressing. I would sit on the floor to try and play with her, and she would give me blank looks, and she wouldn't play back, and it was extremely depressing. So I didn't get to play with her a lot. But then my son came along, and I didn't do anything different with him. I fed him, I held him, I sang to him as a baby, I kept his diaper clean. I didn't do anything neglectful or any abuse him at all. I treated him the same way I treated my daughter before, I noticed that she was not responding, communicating with me. And he is developing fine. He's extremely smart. He is walking and talking, and my daughter is still nonverbal. And it is not the cause of a refrigerator mother. That is absolutely ridiculous. And anyone that would waste their time feeding the energy of such a theory, in my opinion, is more cold than anyone I've ever known. And has no understanding of what autism is and how hard it is to interact with a child that's autistic, let alone an infant that you're trying to teach and can't talk yet, and you don't realize that they are going to be nonverbal, that they don't understand language. It's called an auditory processing disorder. and it keeps the child from having the language traveling to the correct part of their brain, where they translate language and have, an understanding of it and be able to be receptive. So it is not a result of parenting, and I just want everyone out there to know that autism is not caused by a refrigerator mother. That's absolutely insane. And if it wasn't for me having a second child, um, that's developing absolutely fine and doing wonderful, you would be amazed at how much he has influenced her and is able to be on her level. And I will have to say, I have a medical condition, and I have another link called The Cause of Autism. And I don't post my picture for a reason, because I don't think that looks are important. I'm female. It's obvious by my voice, and I don't see a need for anyone to see who I am, although I'm not opposed to it. Actually, it just started because my webcam is not working correctly. Um, but I'm okay with people not seeing me. I'd rather you hear what I have to say. And so my other link is called The Cause of Autism. And this one is called The Refrigerator Mother Theory, because I really wanted people to know that it's not the cause of the parent, as far as their parenting. Now, I do think that the mother, autism is caused by a mother who has a medical condition, and you can find more about that on the Cause of Autism that I have created also. So anyway, I guess that's it for now, but go and research it yourself and look up refrigerator mother theory, and you'll find that it's, it's absolutely ridiculous. And I could see if someone had only one child, that might be an initial thought to consider. But when you start having other kids that are perfectly fine, and you're doing the same thing parenting-wise with the others, you can't blame the parent for just being a cold-hearted mother. That's very sad to me, and a waste of time and energy on the subject. So enough of that. I wish you all the best of luck, and don't blame your parenting. If anything, go to the doctor and get tested and see what might be wrong with you that could have caused autism in your child during birth. Thank you.